Hey, good morning, you guys. It's Lita. How are you today? I don't know who's around today because it is a holiday. I believe it's a stat holiday here for you guys in the States. It's not in Canada. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are off and sitting around at home, or do you guys still work? I know in Canada we take every opportunity to have a stat holiday and we don't work. So I don't know how it is in the States, but here we try to take as many holidays as possible. So hey, if you guys are here, say hi so I know you're here. I'm going to use my handy little iPad here so that I can actually read when people comment. If I can find it, it takes a second. And who's drinking what today? I've got my fatty coffee, I have my MCT oil powder and my oil and no sweetener. That's what I'm drinking this morning with my Coffee Queen mug. It's my favorite, actually. It's got like the perfect little dip for drinking. I had another one and it was very similar. I got it at Pier 1 too. And I was drinking, oh, I've got audio, but no video. Oh crap. Okay, well, that's not good. I scheduled this one instead of just going live. So if something happens, I can just start all over again. Could somebody else comment? Is there anybody else that's getting audio but no video? Of course, how would you know? You can't hear me. Okay, let me see if I can find it in here. Oh, good start to our morning, hey? Okay. Well, it's not even coming up on my iPad for whatever reason. Facebook is so glitchy. I tell you, I can see you and hear you. Okay, so I'm mumbling for nothing. So sadly, I can't see it on my iPad to see who it was that said that they weren't getting it on audio. So yeah, we're going to have a slow start this morning. I'm going to start this over again because what I'm looking at on my screen here, it just says Facebook user. I can't actually read. And so I have to use my iPad. Oh, there we go. Okay, finally. That didn't take forever. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go. Now I can see who's on here. There's like a delay on here, so it takes a little bit. But anyways, hey, you guys, do me a favor. I heard this little trick. If you give me a like or a love or something, it lets other people know that we're talking on here. So if there's someone who didn't notice it right away or something like that, then they'll notice. So just give me like a little like or love or something. I don't know. I don't know this techie stuff. I just heard it somewhere and I thought, oh, that sounded good. So I have to say just really quickly, and then I'm going to say hi to everybody. New wallpaper. Okay, I finally got the new wallpaper. So you can see behind me. I have to admit that I did not realize, like I really like grass paper. I love the feel of it. It's like a really nice texture. It's all natural. It's very nice. It's very hard to see that probably from the camera, but it's very nice, very soothing. I did not realize, I'm not a professional decorator. I just like what I like, but I didn't realize that they come in strips, meaning like, of course, all wallpaper comes in strips, right? But meaning it's not supposed to all line up evenly. So like if you go, like I've seen them in nice hotels and in magazines and stuff. And I don't know if it was just I just was so busy looking at everything else, I never noticed it, but they come in panels and they're meant to be like, so you can actually see lines behind me. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Doesn't equate so well here, but when you see the full room, it actually looks pretty good. But that kind of threw me off because, you know, when you have like sort of something in your mind and you expect it to be a certain way and then like it's not. But anyways, I like it. I do like it. It's very natural and nice and stuff. So anyway, so I kind of reset up my little background here. Hope you guys like it. It's just a little, I put a chair there because I thought, you know, kind of went with the flowers. Anyway, I enjoy doing stuff like that. So anyhow, so I'm going to say good morning. Carenza, James, good morning. Debbie, who else is here? Nikki. But I think you got that fixed, Nikki, hopefully. It says I think I saw it further on. Marjana, Patricia, Amy, Robin, Sean, Rhonda, who else? James. Okay. And Nikki says it freezes at the same spot every dang time right after she says, I don't know what y'all do. I am so sorry. You know what, Nikki? I don't know if you can hear this, but like what I do many times is I just get out and then I get back in again. I had to actually do that on my iPad here. And I go, oh, she got it now. Good. Okay. So it's a little beginning part, just a little chit chat. So anyways, I'm going to have a little swig. Sounds like I'm drinking booze, but I'm not. Good morning, Jan. Thank you guys very much. There's this wallpaper thing. If you guys don't know the story about the wallpaper, I was like, sort of during the COVID part when we were really not doing anything. And I had this idea that I really wanted to get this wall done. And it's just because it's a very plain room. And I thought it would look nice back here because it's my office. And anyways, so I had gone to the wallpaper store actually previous to the COVID, couldn't find anything. And then during COVID, I was like, that's it. I'm just going to do it. Well, have you guys ever shopped for anything like wallpaper or paint or whatever, like online? It's very, very hard. It's definitely not as easy as doing it in person. But anyways, I went online and I found something I thought was so great. I ordered it in. I found this company and they said, oh yeah, we do everything safe. And I have my own entrance down here and stuff like that. So we're spaced apart. So very, very safe. He gets here and I am literally giddy. I had been in my house, sequestered, hadn't gone out for like 2 months, didn't socialize, didn't do anything. This literally was the highlight of my life. Like, I can't even tell you how excited I was for this. And he gets here and he gets all set up. And I told you guys, oh, it's wallpaper day. Yay. I was all excited. And then he calls me in about 10 minutes later and says, I'm so sorry, but you don't have enough wallpaper. The way I have to cut it, whatever. And I was sure that I had measured it right and I entered it in the boxes that they said online or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so that was a total disappointment. Like, you're just like, oh man, I was so excited. Anyway, so I had to reorder it. It took like 2.5, 3 weeks or whatever, but I just got it done this week. So yay. Yeah, it was very exciting times. Very exciting times. Literally the highlight of my week, that's for sure. So you guys, tell me quickly, are you guys on stat holiday today? Are you working today? What are you doing today? Somebody said, good morning, Beth. Somebody said she's already coffeed herself, drinking my lemon juice and BHB, and that is Corinza. So yeah, with the time change, like I'm Pacific Standard Time, so I'm always behind you guys. I wake up and I check the group and it's like, oh my gosh, you guys have been having this long conversation before I even woke up. So holiday and fasting. Wow, that's so are you making goodies for everybody else and then you're just not eating? That I will say, and I know you're really good at that, Beth. I will say that I do find that a little bit challenging. Not even so much like I really want that food when I'm fasting at all. It's more like, oh, everyone's together and we're having this meal together, or this moment or this thing or whatever. And I feel like I'm missing out. That's bottom line. I always feel like I'm missing out. So I try really, really hard to work my fasts around what we're doing as a family and what we're socializing. Not that there's much of that going on these days, but you know what I mean? I try to really work it around, but I know Beth is just like a champ. Like, she'll make all this food, her husband said, and then she sits there and visits and everything, but she doesn't eat. So that's like absolutely amazing. Patricia's on holiday and doing OMAD today. And Marjana, I hope I'm saying that right. You're home and laid off. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully that changes in the near future. Every area is different, that's for sure. Corinza, working on my 20-hour fast, first time doing the Zero app. It's encouraging. Yeah, I had that Zero app and I turned it on and then I think I did it for a little bit and then I kind of forgot about it. And then I came back and it said, oh, you fasted for like 6,500 hours or something. I don't know, because I'd forgotten about it for weeks or something and it just kept on going. But it does look like a good one for sure. I'm kind of on and off my fast. So I don't know. I don't know if those apps are really handy in my situation. Sean, I'm off today. Unfortunately, it's raining, so nothing fun planned. Going to make some French onion soup for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. And then are you going to do anything for the bready part, or do you just do the cheese and the onion part? Because I think I did see one somewhere where there was some kind of keto bread, but my feeling would be it would be extremely mushy. So I would tend to skip it, but the flavor, I bet, would be really good for that soup on a rainy day. Oh, Beth, hubby is fasting too. Sorry, kids. You're on your own today. So it's is when you guys fast together, Beth, you just say fend for yourself. You got a sign on the fridge and you just say fend for yourself, kids. We're off the clock. I have to admit that's what I do. I'm not one of those nice people. Like if I'm fasting, everyone knows. And I do have lots of stuff in the freezer they can pull out. It's not like they're going to starve. There's lots of food, but I'm not into making like a big meal if I'm not going to eat it. I'm sorry. But that's just, if I'm going to go to all that work to make a meal, I'm going to damn well enjoy it. So those are the days that I get off making food. Yeah. So anyway, alrighty. So you guys, I've got something really fun to talk to you about today. And you know what's funny is I just automatically presume like everybody just knows the products that I sell and that I sell products at all and how to use them. And, we talk about in the group and stuff like that. But I'm realizing more and more that that's not the case. I mean, you know how it is. You can go in a Facebook group and you can read one thing and then someone else never, ever sees it. That's just how Facebook is. And so I've been getting questions lately asking me personally, like, oh, can you just tell me I got this? Can you tell me how to use it or whatever? And I thought, oh, well, once in a while, I'm just going to pull a product out and I'm just going to talk about it a little bit and tell you different ways that I use it. And so I have been using my MCT Oil Capsules quite a bit lately. And I thought, oh, I'm going to talk about that. Thought that would be fun. I'm just going to read a little bit more of this. Just spill. Oh, crap. Nikki just said that she spilled half of her new bottle of MCT oil. Oh, that's a bummer. And it comes out so fast too. Like it's so runny. It's just, you were probably running over there to try and save it, pulling it off the counter into a bowl, doing the best you can. Crap. Yeah, it's Monday. All right. I'm so sorry to hear about that. All right. Okay. Yeah, she would cry. I keep saying that we're going to have like more of like random chit chats where we just get on here and we just start talking about anything, because that's super fun. And we can do that in here too. Like it doesn't matter what I'm talking about. You guys can talk about anything you want, but it's super fun. It's like different than chatting in the group, like typing, like when you're talking like this and reading it. I love it. I think it's fun. I'll do that on a nighttime one time and maybe with a low carb vodka or something. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, okay, so the product that I wanted to talk to you about, and then we'll get back to the chit chat, are my MCT oil capsules. Now let's just pretend that right there it says bear. Let's just pretend that because they are out now with the new logo on it, but I'm in Canada. And that's one thing I was going to tell you Canadians. I'm still in red tape hell with Health Canada. They are ridiculous. And then now with COVID, everything has been pushed even farther. So ridiculous. So we're just waiting for our approval from Health Canada. We're already approved in the States. They're much faster than Canada. But anyways, the new ones say bear. So just pretend that says bear. But these are the capsules that I'm going to talk about today. And yeah, like I said, I always presume that everybody knows about the products. And so I thought I'll just go over it just a little bit for you guys. I never get in enough coffee before I come down here. I don't know why I do that, but then I'm like, oh, I just have to have another little sip because it's so darn good. And it's just the perfect temperature too. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to read a couple of things from my notes just so that you guys know what is so amazing about these capsules. Okay. So these capsules are 70% C8 Caprylic acid and 30% C10. Now, why is this important? Okay, because there's a lot of stuff on the market that is either low in C8 or doesn't have it at all. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to tell you a little fun fact. If the company, the product that you have does not very obviously show you what the breakdown is of the caprylic acid, I am going to tell you with the utmost certainty that they don't have any C8. They probably don't have any C10. It's probably a C12, which is basically like you're kind of just using olive oil. Like you're not actually getting the benefits of caprylic acid. Because trust me, if you have a good amount of C8 and C10, you're going to advertise it. You're going to have it on your label, and that's the other thing, not just talk about it on the Amazon listing. You're going to have it on your label, which has to have FDA approval, right? So that's sort of the difference. That's sort of, I just kind of a pet peeve sidebar tangent, but that's what I find in the marketplace. A lot of them do is they will put on their Amazon listing, they'll put C8, they'll put 100% MCT oil, which actually doesn't mean anything, but they will put all this stuff in their listing. But then you look at the actual label, like so in their images, or say you bought it or whatever, and they won't have it on their label. That is proof positive right there that they're fibbing, is all I'm going to say. So you need to see it on the label. So anyways, all of my MCT oil products are very high in C8. The oil is like almost 100%. It's just like a tiny little bit, not 100%. So I'm honest about that. It's 99.2%. But they're all very high in C8. And then C10 is the second best, and it's very high in C10. So that's the only makeup, like to make up 100%. So that's really important to know. And why is C8 so important? C8 is the most metabolically active medium chain fatty acid. And then C10 is the second one. So when we're trying to get our ketones up and we want energy and we want fuel going to the brain, that's what's going to do it. Any regular oil is great getting your fat in, but it's not going to do those things. And that's why C8 is so important. Okay, I told you about the breakdowns. Okay, so again, I'll hold this up, pretend that says bear. All of the products, all of my MCT oil products are organic. They're non-GMO. There's no sulfates or chemicals in the processing. And why is this important besides the obvious health reasons? Is because a lot of times, and I'm not saying always, but a lot of times people will say, oh, I tried, MCT oil and it gave me a stomach ache, or I kind of got the runs, or, had some digestive issues or whatever. Most of the time it's because of how it's processed. Okay. I've had so many people that have said that they have tried this other one. I'll say, just give mine a try. If you don't like it, you can return it. It's not a problem. And they said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I literally don't have any problems. Now I'm going to say that there are some people that really do have a sensitive stomach, or maybe they have IBS or something. And that definitely can play a part. So I'm not going to say that you 100% are never going to have an issue. I'm just saying it's far less frequent than with products that use chemicals and those kind of things in their processing. Okay. If you are, I'll just tell you really quickly. I will tell you really, really quickly that this one, if you are super, super sensitive and have kind of like a, tummy issues, this one is the one. This one is just so easy to digest. I hate to say this, but honestly, I think and I haven't done my research, but I think you could give it to a baby. It's just so, and there probably is actually information out there about giving it to young children, but anyways, some of the questions in here I'm going to answer later. So I'm just going to go through my little spiel here, and then I'll go back and answer. Or if I miss it, I'll do it later. Okay. So yes, it's 100% MCT oil, but like I said, broken down 70% C8 and 30% C10, which is a great combination. Some health benefits of this product. It suppresses the appetite. It helps you get into and stay in ketosis. It speeds up metabolism. It increases mental focus, like brain fog. Like I used to have that really bad. And it gives you, now I don't, it gives you sustained energy. But the tangent thing, when I go off on tangent, that's never going to change. And that has nothing to do with, that's just how I am. I think this actually speeds up my tangent abilities because I'm like all over all the time because of my extra energy. What does it say at the bottom here? Oh, and it helps protect the gut from bad bacteria. So it helps create a strong gut, a really good environment in your gut to not be getting, bacterial viruses, things like that. Keeps it good and strong. So super awesome. So I'm going to show you, this is where I keep mine in a little travel thing. I'm going to give you a little demonstration of something I do in restaurants. It's kind of funny. People laugh, but it's awesome. It's really super good for traveling and vacations. I mean, I literally keep this in my purse all the time, but then I'll bring more if I'm on vacation so I can refill my little container. When you're fasting, it's awesome. It doesn't break a fast to have MCT oil, and having it in between, eating. So I'll just make one up. Let's say you're doing a 16-8 and you're not going to eat anything until lunchtime, and you're, midway, you're like, oh, I'm feeling, you're not starving, because if you were truly, truly starving, I always say eat. Okay, if that's what you have to do. But you just kind of feel like, oh, just feel like I need a little something just to get me going. It take like 3 to 5 of these and you're good to go. It literally just takes that hunger completely away, and then again gives you some more energy, which is a bonus. Or say you're having a meal, and whether you're out or you're at home or something, and it's just it's not up to snuff as far as how much fat you would like to have, but you don't want to, you're either not able to add more fat, or that recipe just doesn't really, what are you gonna do? Throw fat on something that doesn't really require it, and then it's kind of like gross or whatever. But just take, have your meal and then take some of these, and that makes up for the fat that you didn't get on your meal. Like I said, you're out and about. Sometimes I'll go, for coffee or whatever with a friend, back in the olden days. And they will have butter, which is great. And I'll get them to put the butter in it, but they don't have the MCT oil. So I really like to have that. Now I will say, and I won't do it now because my coffee has cooled off, so it's not going to be a really good demo, but you literally take, I'm going to take one out and show you. They're not even that big. Trust me. I take a lot of supplements. That is not big. I take ones that are like 4 times that big. Horse pills. These are actually pretty good, and they go down really easy. But so when you're out and about or at home or whatever, you can just drop it in your coffee, and it has to be hot coffee, obviously, and it completely dissolves, including the gelatin capsule, which bonus, it's a little extra for your hair or whatever. So it will totally dissolve. I will say though, and it's just a personal preference, unless you're going to blend it, and if you're using it in that case, I'm presuming that you're not blending it because you're probably out. It does tend to have like a little oil slick on the top. So for me personally, if I'm going out to Starbucks or whatever, I would rather just take a few of these with my water, and then I'll just drink my coffee with my butter in it, just because I don't like the oil sitting on the top. If I'm at home, I use this oil because it's just easier. I have a teaspoon in a little, I'll do that demonstration another day, but I have a teaspoon in a little cup thing, and I just use it and measure it every day, or the lid actually measures an equal tablespoon. So you could use the cap as well. But anyways, I would blend it at home, right? So that's sort of, I know other people that say they put it in their coffee and it dissolves and they just drink it and no problem. I'm just saying that be aware of that it might just be a little oil slick on the top. Okay, now, so I want to show you. So like I said, this is Tupperware. These little things from Tupperware, I just love them, because when you put that on, like even if I have oil in there, that is not leaking. Like I will give a shout out to Tupperware. They're really good. It's not leaking. But anyways, I always keep this in here. And this is my little trick. I've talked about this before. I keep a safety pin inside, because there's so many times where I want to actually pop the capsule. And trust me, I have been before where I've taken a steak knife and done it, and that ain't pretty. I've actually squirted somebody at the table, so I was told never to do that again. So I came up with this idea with the safety pin, and it works really good. So I'll give you my little demonstration. Pretend this is little QVC, and this is the most boring salad you've ever seen in your life, because it's just spinach. That's what you get first thing in the morning out of my fridge. So just a salad. So this is what happens to me all the time. So I'll be out for dinner, and I usually get a salad to go with my steak or whatever. And I do not trust the salad dressings. I don't care if they say that's olive oil. I have actually asked them to bring the olive oil bottle out, and it's some cheap crap that's half canola oil and half olive oil, but they called it, olive oil. I just don't trust it. And it's a real pain to say, hey, can you bring out the bottle or whatever? It's just not even worth it for me. And I've got these little babies in my purse. So what I do is I ask the restaurant, this is hard because my table is like down here, but I ask the restaurant always, when I get water, I always ask for lemon anyways. So that's not hard to get at a restaurant. You're going to get a lemon slice or two, right? You can ask for that. And so then I have my salad, and then what I do, hopefully I don't squirt this across my desk, so nothing like doing it live. So then I just take this and I just poke the end of it, right? And then hopefully you can see that. So then I just do it all over my salad. So I'll do like, I mean, it depends on what I need for the day for fat, right? It's 1 gram of fat per capsule. So I'll do like 4 of them or something like that. And I'll dribble that on the top. And then I will take my, oh, see, now I am squirting it all over the place. Then I will take my lemon and I'll squirt that on really good. Get all that on there. And then I take my salt and I take my pepper and possibly if they had some kind of good yummy vinegar or something, like, I don't know what kind, but like not just the plain, well, the plain white would be okay too. But anyways, I tend to just stick with this. And it's fabulous. It's honestly fabulous. That is my salad dressing every time I go out. I used to actually bring salad dressing in a little container already made from home. Sometimes I still do that because I use my MCT oil at home and I always have it on the counter. So if I think of it ahead of time, I will put that in a container and take it with me. But honestly, I have these capsules in all the time. What did I do with my little, oh, and I have this in my purse all the time anyways. And like I said, I have this and then I just wipe it off with my napkin. And I stick it back in the container and I put it back in my purse. So it's there all the time. So that's my little handy thing. Like, it's just nice to always have a salad dressing at the ready. And like, I've never been to a restaurant where they couldn't supply a lemon. So you mix those two up. Yeah, it's super, super good. So yeah, so that's my little demo here today. Now I'm going to have that. I don't know if I'll have it after this or I'll save it for lunch. Not really sure. And also I'll ask for those of you that do use my capsules, what do you think of them? Where do you use them? Maybe there's something else that I'm not thinking of. There's probably other things, but those are the 3 main ones. It's just using it when you need more fat, just pop them as pills, put them in your coffee. It'll dissolve 100% as long as it's hot. And using it as a salad dressing. Those are my main ones that I use, but there's probably other ones that people do. And then, you know, people always surprise me. They say, oh, I do it for this or this. And I never even thought of it. Anyway. Okay. So yesterday when I was sort of planning this out, I wanted to come up with a good offer. Okay. Sorry. Going to tangent back again. I didn't talk much about how many grams of fat are in here. Okay. So I'll quickly talk about that and then I'll head back to the deal I want to give you. So unless you want a pill that is so big that like you will never swallow it, these are 1 gram of fat. And that what's great about that is that you actually know how much fat you're getting. It's super easy. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's high in C8 like that, you can ask, I think James is on here. You know, he'll take like 3 or 4 or something like that. And it's like, boom, within probably 10 minutes. He can't believe, you know, how the hunger is gone and the energy is up and all that kind of stuff. So it's not like you have to have so much necessarily. But yes, it is smaller amounts. So I'm not saying that these are what you would use as your only MCT oil. It's more for, like I was saying, when you're out and about or you need a little extra boost or in between meals and things like that. I wouldn't suggest that you just use these and only these, right? There's a reason why I've got different, like this one here is, you know, 1 tablespoon is 15 grams of fat. So, I mean, it goes a long way and you put in your coffee and blend it and you can put it in shakes and everything. And that, you know, is the easier way to go as far as getting in lots of fat. And then this one too, super great, makes your coffee creamy and also gives you a good like C8, C10 combo. But what I'm saying for this one is I'm not saying that it's your only one. I'm saying it's an addition to. So it just makes your life a lot easier when you're trying to get in your fat. So anytime in between or whatever, I usually have 5. That's usually the number I have. It feels good for me. Everybody knows what works for you, right? So some people are good on 3 or whatever. It's not a diet pill yet. It speeds up metabolism and it takes away your hunger, gives you energy, gives you brain food. So in a way, it certainly helps us with our keto plan, but it's not a diet pill. Because I have people asking me that too. They're like, well, how many should I take a day in order to lose weight? Well, that's like saying how much oil should you eat in a day? How much fat should you eat in a day? And that's, you know, depends on your macros and everything. So it's not a diet pill in that way. So I don't want to make it sound like it is, but it's very, very beneficial to our ketogenic diet. That's for sure. Okay. So an offer. I want to make you guys an offer because for anyone who hasn't tried it, I really, really want you to try these capsules. And for those of you that are already using it, love it. And I just want to make sure that you're covered too. So the regular price is $24.99. That's a normal price on Amazon. This is in the States. And that's for 300 capsules, by the way. Like, I don't know if this equates much on here. This is a heavy bottle, and it is a big bottle. Like, that's 300 capsules is a lot. So I don't know, for those of you that have it, you could probably chime in. It's a very big bottle. Okay, so right now there's like a $2 instant clip coupon that we have because Amazon graced us with their presence by letting us put the instant clip coupons back on. So that one is on right now. And I added another coupon where when you get to the checkout, you're going to enter it in. And I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to do a separate post. So don't worry, I'm going to pop this in after. And it's Bare Caps, like BARECAPS. Capital BARE, capital CAPS, but I'll put it in here. And you put that, so clip the instant clip, I can't talk today. Clip the instant clip coupon that you see when you first get in there. I'm sure it's $2. Then when you get to the checkout, enter in Bare Caps, and it's going to give you another discount. So all together, it's going to give you a $5 discount. Okay, so that's like, $19.99. Like, it's a fantastic price, and I just want everybody to try it. Now for Canadians, us Canadians, like I said, still dealing with Health Canada. So the only way that you can get this is, well, either A, you order from Amazon.com and you have it shipped up to the border, whatever, which is what I do sometimes. But you can also order from the website. I will put it all in here. And I made that very same coupon up on the website, Bare Caps, and it's a $5 discount. So it's exactly the same as if you order from Amazon. The only thing I will say is that there is, in order to get the free shipping on the website, you do have to order. For Canadians, it's a minimum of $59.99. And for Americans, it's $39.99. And then you will get free shipping. So that's totally up to you. But I just wanted to make sure that Canadians were covered, because I always feel so bad for us that we can't always get everything. So I want to make sure that I had it there for you too. So yeah, I will put it in here. All the typing part. So yes, it's all one word. It's like B. I wish I had the technology to pop something. Well, I probably could actually. Okay, you know what? Let's try an experiment, guys. Oops. I'm going to try an experiment. This desk that I sit at isn't super big. And so whenever I try to do something, I have to like rearrange everything. Let me just see if I'm actually capable of typing it in. I'm curious. Oh. Okay, well, I'm sitting on the little box and I don't see it. Okay, well, maybe I can do it here. Can I do it here? Let me try. I tell you, technology is just not my friend. There we go. A-R-E. Let's see if that works. Yay! Okay, so I managed to get it in there. That's the Bare Caps. That's the coupon right there. And so you can go on Amazon.com. Just make sure you clip the instant one first. And then at checkout, you do this one, and then you'll get both. It'll combine both of it together. So, and then that's the same one for the website, which is intentionallybare.com. But I will type all this in after. I had this all planned that I was going to have this little blurb all done. And then when it was time to tell you guys, I was going to cut and paste it in. But surprisingly, it's actually harder than you think to do things on here. Like, you see like real pros out there that are on their Facebook lives and doing their webinars and stuff like that. And let me tell you, it's not that easy. There's a lot of little things. And then if you do one little thing wrong, all of a sudden it's glitching on you and whatever. So, okay. So let's just see. Is there anything else? Need to recap. Yep. Okay. Got that. Good. All right. So that's really what, how long will the promo club? Very, very good. See, I need to have Sean. Thank you, Sean, for being a great assistant. That's a good point. How long will it last? It's good for 7 days exactly. So Sunday night at midnight. So you got a whole week. So I will definitely post it and repost it because, like I said, not everybody sees this in the groups. Everybody has it. And then, in announcements, hopefully you guys pop into announcements once in a while because I try to update things in there. And there's one that has like the group event calendar, and it says what's happening. And truthfully, I update that all the time. So it's going to change like, every couple of days. And then I have one post that's strategically for discounts, coupons, anything like that. So anything that's going on, I have it on there so that you can just check that one and then just see what's active. Like that's what I'm trying to do just to make things easier. Cause I'm just finding that, you know, I can post things a million times and then there'll be people that says they didn't see it. And then I feel really bad. So I thought if there's a one location where people know that they can check and then it's sitting there, I think it's working better. So anyways, hopefully you guys know about that, to go check in that. Okay. Patty, I just checked and Canadians cannot just pop across the border to pick up any parcels. Yeah. Okay. I was kind of wondering about that, Patty. So Patty lives near the border, I think in Abbotsford, right, Patty? And that's where I would go as well. So whenever I would order stuff from the States, I would have it come to a little shipping place across the line. And then I would just pop across, it takes like 5 minutes, and I'd pick my stuff up and bring it back. But now with all the borders and everything, even that is not even allowed. So Canadians, your choice, really only choice to get these would be to order through the website. So like I said, it's the same. The discount will give you a full $5 off. So it's exactly the same. The only thing is that there is a minimum order if you want free shipping, which I would want free shipping. So, you know, just get two. Or add one other thing. I don't know. That's totally up to you. There's other stuff on there too that you can take a peek and then see some merchandise and cups and mugs and things like that. So you could look and see if there's something you could tag on to get the free shipping. I'm really sorry. We're working so hard. You can only imagine Health Canada. Ridiculous. So fingers crossed we get that sorted out, because it's the keto BHB as well that we're waiting to get Health Canada approval on. So it's those two products. So yeah. Oh, Patty says the whack, which is Chilliwack for those of you not from around here. Yeah, that really puts a crimp in things when you can't go across the border, but that's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. I'll read a couple of things in here and then I'll let you guys get back to your Monday relaxing and Netflixing. Unless you guys just want to feel like chit chat, feel free, you know, just pop in whatever you want. Oh, yeah, something about wrestling I just saw. And then Tina said, my two faves are the MCT Oil Capsules and MCT Oil Powder, only brand I will buy and use. Thank you, Tina. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I love them too. I love them too. And the powder's so versatile and the capsules are so handy. I can't, you know, I'll give you like a little story. One time I was at a business conference and I think I put that in somewhere, a little post. But anyway, I was at this business conference and we were told that there was going to be snacks and healthy stuff. They didn't say what, but they said healthy. You know, what does that mean to us, right? So I do come prepared whenever I go to a thing like that. I usually have pepperoni sticks in my purse and macadamia nuts. And of course, I always have my oil. I don't know where my lid went. I always have my capsules in my purse. So anyways, I go to this conference and they had their little coffee bar or whatever. So that was fine. And I had my capsules and I had my coffee, and then there was a break and then they brought out all this snack stuff. And of course, take a guess. Like it was all carby stuff. It was all granola bars and cookies and oh my gosh, like I think there was even some chocolates. Like I don't even know how they could have even touted it as being healthy. But anyway, and I'm like, oh, that's great. So I was there at like something like 7 o'clock in the morning. And then by the time it was over and then we actually went out for dinner, it was probably 7 o'clock p.m. So we're going to say like 12 hours. So it was just like a built-in intermittent fasting day, kind of. I mean, I did have a little bit of pepperoni stick and macadamia nuts, but I had a lot of coffee and I had a lot of these. I went through quite a lot of those, but you know what? I felt totally fine. And I thought to myself, thank goodness, because I'm one of those people, like I don't power through hunger. I just don't. If I am really, really hungry, I'm either going to have more fat and see if that's going to do it. And if it doesn't, I'm eating. Like there's just no two ways about it. If I'm starving or really, really hungry, I am eating. And that's just how it is. Doesn't matter what my plan is. That's what I do. So I was very thankful that that worked, because my alternatives, once I blew through my pepperoni sticks and my macadamia nuts, would have been to have like whatever their offerings were. And then I would have been really, really mad. I guess I didn't want that. So I actually did really good. And then the next day I prepared myself. I carry a big purse. So I had that baby mounded with all kinds of, I went out to Whole Foods that night and got a bunch of stuff. And yeah, so very, very interesting. I think it's only on her website, but I could be wrong. Okay, I just saw a question here. Oh, yes. The coffee cups are only on the website. Sorry. Yeah, not on Amazon, the mugs. And I don't even have one here, darn it. I should have been using one this morning. They're really great. They're nice and big and they hold a ton of coffee, and yeah, and it's great for when you're doing your little blender thing because there's lots of room in there. The only thing is you have to be okay with your coffee cooling off if you're not going to drink it fairly quickly because it is a bigger thing, but it's great. Yeah, so just on the website for that. Let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, exactly what Carenza said. I hate work stuff when they pretend to feed us. Exactly. That was part of this conference, was they were really advertising like, oh, you don't have to worry about going out, and we've got everything here, and one-stop shop. It's all here. And it was horrific. It was horrific. It's like, but do you know what they did? They had a couple of people at this conference that I guess they just happened to sell like paleo bars or something like that. But they were all like super high in carbs. Like it said, I remember it saying paleo, and I got excited at first, but it was super high in carbs. So that was really weird. But anyway, it was very disappointing. So now, lesson learned since that one, I always come prepared. Like my purse is stashed. Like I always sneak in stuff, and weigh at the bottom because like in case they're checking your purse or whatever. And I don't feel bad about it at all, because you know what? If you're not going to provide, the kind of stuff that I need, then I'm going to provide it for myself, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. So, yeah, that's what I do. Hi, Deb. Good morning. Yes, Robin, I would love the option to get her cups through Amazon. Ironically, I actually have them on Amazon in Canada, but I don't have them on Amazon in the US. And why is that? I'm not sure. Could have been, Amazon charges a lot for FBA fees in the States and stuff. So let me look into that, Robin. Let me look into that. I don't know how well they would actually do on Amazon. There's a lot of competition out there for mugs, and it really was, the intent was it was just kind of a fun thing that if people are into keto, and sometimes I use it. I actually think people have been talking about the mug. So on our next 7-day macro tracking challenge, which starts on Monday, by the way, I'm going to start advertising it this week. Instead of giving away one of my products, I'm going to give away one of those mugs, because I've had 2 people ask me if I could do that. And I thought that would be fun. So I'm going to do that. So I kind of use them more for, promo giveaways, and they're really fun. But that's a really good point. We'll look into seeing if we can get them on Amazon. You're buying other stuff there anyways, right? So let me see what I can do about that. Yeah, right? Paleo. Carenza said, paleo, the sugar killed me. I think that's why. I gave it a little go. A lot of people will say they're paleo, but they're not really paleo, because I'm pretty sure that if you're like hardcore paleo, you don't even eat cheese, right? So I know people that were eating cheese and they were saying they were doing paleo. So I think it's just, they just say it. But I found that when I was trying it for real, the carbs were just way too high. Like I felt like I couldn't get a handle on it. I did much better on Atkins than I ever did on paleo. And now to me, keto is just like the perfect, right? That's perfect for me. But paleo didn't do good for me. Carenza has been tracking for 18 days. Yes. And I believe that you started, I think, at the macro tracking challenge, I think is when you started it, and then you never stopped. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, yeah, fantastic. That's way to go. I know you're just right in the zone, and you're feeling the high, I guess, of the ketones. I can even just tell just in your tone in the group and how you're talking and stuff. I can just feel the energy that you have now. Like it's just so different than before. And we've all had times where we've gone off, and especially through this situation that we're in right now, some people are still in it and haven't gotten out of it. And some people like me have gotten out of it. But when you're in it, and when I say I'm in it, I'm saying like you were doing keto and you're doing really good, and then all this stuff happened in the world, and then through a combination of stress, maybe lack of certain things that you wanted, and just sort of feeling a little, I don't know, out of control, you may have just gone off on your keto plan. And it's hard when you're in that zone and you want to be here, but you're here. So to get there, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take you got to get rid of the hungries. You got to get rid of the carb cravings. You got to do a mind shift change. And there's a lot of things that have to happen. And sometimes it takes a while for some people. So that's sort of what we're talking about with Corinza. And I don't think she minds if I mention this, is that she was in that place and she fully admitted that she was in that place to the group. But she didn't want to be in that place. And so she got herself out. And I'm pretty sure it was when we did the macro tracking challenge, but I could be wrong on that one. So she could correct me on that. Oh, a few days before the challenge. Yeah. So a few days before the challenge, she just said, that's it. I'm, cutting out this and that, and I'm getting myself in the group. And then we started the challenge, and she did it diligently every single day. And by the end of 7 days, she was just like, whoo, totally feeling it, totally feeling the energy and stuff. So that is so fantastic. That's what I love to hear. And that's why I just love these challenges so much, like the 7-day macro tracking challenge and the bone broth cleanse. And I know we kind of went off a little bit when COVID started, because I felt like it was just too much for everyone, including myself. Like I felt like I didn't have it in me to even run it. Excuse me. I have a little swig. So we went off it for a little bit. I don't know, maybe it was a month and a half or something like that. And now we're back in it again. And so basically, if you guys don't know, it's every 2 weeks. So it's either a macro tracking challenge or it's a bone broth cleanse. Macro tracking challenge, bone broth cleanse. And my feeling is, if you were to do these things, if you actually did this every month and then just did your normal keto, however you're going to do whatever, you are going to see huge gains. Like now that I have gotten back in, this is just a silly little thing that I just noticed this morning. And I was looking in the mirror and like I was doing my hair. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see up there these little hairs? I don't know if you guys can see that. We're friends when I'm going to show you my roots, right? I think it could be gray in there. I don't even know. But anyway, those little hairs. And I firmly believe, I've kind of checked on my hair, that's not breakage, that's growth. I'm going to tell you that right now. I did go through a stage where my hair wasn't as good as it was. It was a combination of products and a tool that I was using, and I wasn't getting enough collagen and my bone broth and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't doing it as much as I should have in this stage. So however long ago that was. Anyway, so now it's all come back. This is super, super thick. But this part here, this is new growth. It is so thick up here. I can't even tell you. When I straighten my hair, I have to do it in about 5 sections because my hair is so thick now, this part here. And I know it's because I've come back to the bone broth and I get my bone broth drink in every day. And I've also been testing, I won't give it away, but I have a new product that's going to be coming out, and it's super good for skin, hair, and nails. And so I've been using that product, and that's what's causing this growth up here. So that's going to be another topic that as soon as that product is ready, I'm going to have a big talk about that, because I know it's a big thing. But I just want to say, for anybody that, I know I'm off on the tangents here, but anyone that has brittle or losing hair, or you're kind of worried about your skin or whatever, bone broth cleanse. I cannot tell you enough that this bone broth cleanse is just so amazingly good for your gut, amazing for your health for so many reasons. I've got an infographic that lists all the different health things. It is so fantastic. But that's what you're going to really notice, like on the outside, is your skin and your hair. You're just going to notice a huge difference. So that's why I love doing this in the group once a month. If you can do this once a month, and then I'll also say, like, don't just do that and then don't do anything else. I drink bone broth regularly. I drink my bone broth protein powder, most days, unless I'm on 100% fast. On days that I eat, I always get it in. So it's not just for the fast. You definitely can do it anytime, and you should be doing it anytime, because it's really, really good for us. Anyway, back on the tangent again. But by doing these things in the group every 2 weeks, people are at different places at different times. There could be people right now that are saying, I am just not in the zone right now, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be ready, but I'm not quite ready yet. And because we have these things in the group, there's going to be a time where you go, you know what? This is my week. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with you guys, and I'm going to do this challenge. And literally, that's a lot of times is what gets you, because once you start doing one of these and you start feeling the energy, then after it's over, you're sailing. You're good to go on your own, and you don't, but it was the challenge that sort of helped get you into it. And it's the every 2 weeks keeping us moving forward Even if we do a little backsies in the middle, that's okay, but it's keeping us moving forward. So there's people in here that do it quite often and they see the results. So maybe we'll have a post on that one day asking people. And Marjana says, I feel the same way. My hair feels thicker. Awesome. So you're starting to notice it up here, right, Marjana? I hope I'm saying that right. Up here, right? And that's what I said at first when I saw these little bits up there, I thought, oh, is my hair breaking off? But it's not. It's not breaking off. It's new growth coming out. So now, of course, you gotta slick it down so it's not sticking up like little pieces. But anyways. Yeah. Okay. So Tina, I will tell you, just because I have said it in the group, that the new product is a collagen peptide. Okay. But it's not like a regular collagen peptide. This thing is like crazy good. Like, I have stuff in there that is going to blow your mind. And always, 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 health is number one. Always. Health is number one. So anything that's in it is super, super good for our health. But just on a purely surface thing, I will say skin, hair, and nails, amazing. It more than just a collagen peptides. Like, you guys are going to be like, oh, I can't even. And so, yeah, I've been using it for the last while. And I think that's why I'm getting all, like, that's helping with the other stuff that I do. But, oh yeah, it's good. It's good. So I can't, I don't know when it's going to be out, because no, we don't have a release date. We're feverishly working on it. It should have been out by now, but with all the things happening, we had some plant shutdown issues, and now they're getting back up, and there was a couple of ingredients, and yeah, you know how it is. So we're all just trying to get things going again. So fingers crossed. I really don't want to, over promise and underperform. But I'm really, really hoping like in a month, but I can't promise that, but that's what we're shooting for anyways. Really hoping for that, because it's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Sorry for teasing you. But like I said, bone broth, cleanse, drinking bone broth. If you have a biotin supplement, definitely take the biotin supplement. Drink my bone broth protein powder, of course, that has tons of collagen in it too. And just keep doing these things for yourself, because I'm telling you, it makes such a difference. It really does. Okay. So I think that's it for me. I don't want to keep you guys all day. I'm just going to surprise you guys one day, and I'm just going to be like, pop on live with no warning whatsoever, and just say, hey, who wants to just chat? Who just wants to talk? Yeah. That'll be fun. Oh, I just saw somebody talked in here about microbes. I always say that wrong. And I wanted to read that because that's really good. I'll read just a couple things here. Tina said that she decided to recommit to her keto lifestyle once and for all. At the beginning of the quarantine, 36 pounds down since the 6 weeks it started, and I've worked at home. Good for you. That's awesome, Tina. That is so fantastic. I know. I mean, it's hard, and you got to just make that decision, and especially when we get in those bad habits, like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. I was on some bad habit with like chips or something, because I said to myself, I'm not going to have grains. Like, that was my line in the sand. I'm not going to have grains. And sorry, my eyes watering. And that was really good that I did that. But just because you say you're not going to have grains doesn't mean you're not going to have potato chips or something. I mean, but that was kind of like what I was doing when I was off. And then once I started getting that, the higher levels of glucose and the carbs in my system, it was kind of like, superpowers? What superpowers? I don't know. It's like, Superman, getting his kryptonite and going, oh, I'm nothing special. I don't have any superpowers. And then once you get your superpowers back, you go, oh, right. I am like, got all this awesome superpower. So yeah, I mean, I know how that feels. And it's so, Tina, good for you. It feels so good to get back in that zone. And I will say too, that I just read what you said about recommitting to my keto lifestyle once and for all. And just to make a comment about once and for all, I think if we're just being honest with ourselves, we are always, unless you're like superhuman, we are always going to do a little backsies. We're always going to, I won't even say backsies. I'll say some of it will just make the decision. I am choosing not to eat this keto meal, or I'm choosing to not be keto for this weekend or this little trip or whatever. And I really think that if we think of keto as our lifestyle, then it's not really like once and for all, because that sort of has a thing like, okay, so if you don't do once and for all, are you going to feel bad about it? Like really bad about it? I mean, of course, everyone feels a little bit bad, but what I mean is maybe just look at it more like I'm really in the zone now. If I choose to go off a little bit, I'm going to, but I have a plan. You know, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go off for this little thing, and I'm not going to have grains when I do it. I'm not going to have any sugar. So I'll still stay pretty compliant, and my glucose won't go up too much. And then starting on Monday, I'm back on it again. That little scenario, that's not a fail. That's not a fail at all. That's making a plan within your keto lifestyle. And that is not a fail in my mind. I would never count that as, I don't count anything that we do or don't do as a fail. But what I mean is, I just feel really bad if people think that if they're not like 100%, then they're not perfect, then they failed or whatever, because we're all going to go like this. It's going to happen. But I think if our goal is to do this, right? That's what's going to get us to where we want to be for our health and for our weight loss and everything, right? Instead of being like, oh, I got to be perfect. And then as soon as you do something that's not perfect, does that spiral you backwards to being completely off because mentally you feel so bad about what happened? So sorry, little tangent on that one, but I don't want anyone to feel bad at all, because they're all choices, and they're choices to get back onto, like Corinne's has done, like Tina's done. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, Nikki Edwards, mine was too. Then Sonia inspired me to kick it into gear. I'm pushing a 20-hour window. Awesome. Wow, you guys are fantastic. I just love all the support that you guys give in the group. Everybody is so supportive. I just love you guys so much, honestly. It's just such a great group, and you guys make it that way. So I want to wish you guys a really happy Monday. Sorry, this went on a little bit longer than I thought, as usual, going off on my tangents and stuff, but you guys are really fun to talk to. Someone said we need to have a Zoom call. I don't know about that with all the little screens and stuff. That's a little, we could certainly try it, but I don't know. We could certainly try it, but I really love just getting on these, and maybe we'll have just like a random chit chat sometime. Cause I don't think I can do, I thought there was a thing on here where if somebody wanted to actually talk, there was like an unmute button or something, and then the person could talk for a second, because I was on a Facebook Live when someone did that. So I want to look into that and see if that's still a possibility, or is that an old thing? I don't know, but that would be kind of cool. Anyway, you guys, keto on. And when I get off here, I'm going to put in what I said, my little, like the coupon code, you know, where to get it, I'll just type it out kind of nice so that it's all right here. And then I will do a separate post on it as well. I'll pin it in the announcements, and then in announcements, in the one that is specific about discounts, I will also add it in there. So it'll kind of be like, you know, all over. Yeah, I saw that Facebook room, but I got to tell you, I shut it off for this group, and I'll tell you why. Because unless I can look at it again, but it looked like it's either anyone can use it anytime they want, or it's off. Now, what I would like to see is if somebody wants to do it, and then admin or moderators can approve it. And I'll tell you what my reason is for that is because we have had some not so good things pop into the group. I try really hard to screen people when they come into the group. But trust me when I tell you that they're sneaky. So they do Facebook profiles that make them look like a normal person. They answer the questions right. And then 2 o'clock in the morning, we're getting porn. I'm just telling you, it happens. You guys probably miss it most of the time because one of the moderators catches it, or I catch it, and we get it out right away and we block that person. But all I'm saying is, when you have something open like that, that's just totally open anytime, that could be a problem. So that's what I would have to look into to see if there was any way of, making sure that it's safe. I don't want anybody offended by certain things. I could write a book on some of the stuff that's happened in here that you guys probably have no idea. Anyway, it's just part of the day. All right, you guys, you have a super awesome day. Enjoy your coffees, enjoy your days off. If you have days off, Netflix, you know, it's almost kind of nice if it's raining and then you have an excuse just to sit inside and drink coffee and watch Netflix and make some keto baking or something like that. So hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. It was great chatting with you, and I will be in the group today chatting with you in there. Okay, take care, you guys. Bye. Hey guys, before you go, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time we have a new video posted. Also, down in the description, I will have links to everything that we talked about in our chat today, including information on how you can join my Intentionally Bare Keto support group. See you next time.